name's Claire. And you guys know a question I've been wondering about for a long time. Why does nobody talk about money? You know those rude questions people love to ask? How much did your car cost? How much did your house cost? How much do you make? Why are these questions considered rude though? Why does nobody want to talk about them? And why does nobody want to talk about money? As a child, I had no concept of money or what it really meant. I remember when I was a child, I went to a birthday party when I was really young. The birthday girl received a gift card. I asked her how much money she got. But then I got scolded by my mother and told me that it was a rude question to ask. I do not know why she told me that, and to be honest, I still don't know why it was considered rude. Honestly, I don't know why it's considered rude to talk about money or how much someone makes. I personally don't have an issue telling people how much I make, and I don't think a lot of other teenagers mind either. So why are adults so hesitant when talking about money? From a survey done in 2020 by The Atlantic, about 34% of married American couples have no idea how much their spouse makes, and only 17% of parents who make over $100,000 annually tell their children how much they make. And from CNBC, in 2019, 57% of 2,500 adults admitted to purposely avoiding talking about money with their friends or family. Americans are more comfortable talking about mental health, addiction, and marital issues than how much they make a year. Out of the countless reasons people feel uncomfortable talking about money, I've chosen 3. People want to protect their social class, schools don't teach about finance, and embarrassment. People like to talk about countless things that have to do with money, but that don't actually talk about money. Sociologist from the New School, Rachel Sherman, says, "I think this is taboo, but I also think we are kind of constantly talking about money." Sherman pointed out that everyday conversations discuss what they do for a living, where they went to school, what they buy, and more. And what do these all have in common? Where people stand in social class. Money taboos are based on class, Sherman says. People often just feel bad about how much money they make, so not talking about it makes that feeling go away. From New York University, anthropologist Caitlin Zaloom interviewed many middle-class families in her book, Indebted: How Families Make College Work at Any Cost. The families mentioned being middle class meant not being financially reliant on friends, family, or the government. Zaloom says silence protects that idea that a middle class family is independent and will be so in the future, even if it's not the case. So middle class families use silence to stabilize their financial earnings, even if it's not actually stabilized. Parents aren't the only ones avoiding money talk. CNBC states only 6 US states actually require that high schoolers take a personal finance class, and 21 states require that schools make students take one course that integrates personal finance content. In my honest opinion, this is very broad. I took personal finance my freshman year, and the only thing I remember is how to buy a car. And how to do that? You search on Google, how to buy a car. Schools don't teach a lot of things, like how to change a tire, how to file taxes, how to cook, how to write a resume, how to not get in student debt, first aid, manners, personal finance, and more. And granted, most of these are classes you can take here at Westfield, but they are not required, so a lot of students don't take them. When you look at these pictures, what first comes to mind? I mean, they have a nice house, an expensive car, Louis Vuitton, and oh my God, they went to Yale. They must be rich. I wish I had a nice house, a nice car, and I would love to go to Yale. I would love to. Americans are under the assumption that those who have a nice house, good-looking car, or went to an expensive school must know how to finance their life and have a stable income, and then wonder why they can't have that. And please don't ask me about the Louis Vuitton bag, but if you must know, it is my dream purse, Mom and Dad. Birthday present. Another question I've been wondering is, why are people so embarrassed about saving money? At a grocery store, I'll literally pull out 10 coupons, and after I see how the cashier looks at me, I now know that they hate me. But that's okay, I used to be a cashier, so I hated them too. So, I like to thrift at Goodwill. I mean, I found a lot of name brand items and even other items that I love for like $5. And I think a lot of other teenagers aren't embarrassed about it either. I mean, I'm broke and I'm saving money. It's better than being broke and buying stuff for full price. No one is going to know nor care that you bought a Louis Vuitton purse for $3,000, whereas people will be more impressed if you find a $3,000 Louis Vuitton purse for $50. So what are the negative outcomes about not talking about money? Student debt is rising every year. From pgpf.org, the amount of student debt totaled nearly $1.6 trillion, more than double what it was in 2008. And the amount of student undergrads increased only 2% and graduates 12%. Future generations won't really know the best way to buy a house, how to file taxes, or what the good starting pay is for your first job. So now that I've discussed why people don't like talking about money and why people should, how can we fix this for future generations? First off, don't be afraid to talk about your financial situation. Everyone is different and we all come from different backgrounds. Don't judge or criticize others about their financial situations. You don't know what they're going through and they probably don't care what you have to say. All schools should have a required program for students to take about personal finance, how to pay off mortgage, how to file taxes, and more. Future or current parents should educate their kids about how currency works and how to manage it. Parents shouldn't be afraid to talk with their kids about how much they make, how to buy a house, or how much a car costs. The more we talk about money, the more we know how to use it, and the more we can improve and remove the stigma about money.